So there's Brian digging in the back seat of my truck. We are starting a video series here of our backpacking trip to Big Bend National Park, and we're on the road here Wednesday morning. And we've stopped at Junction. It's a pit stop. Junction's about 2 hours from San Antonio. We're about 100 miles into a 400-mile trip, and we're stopping at this McDonald's to stretch our legs, fill up the truck with gas, and maybe do a little pit stop. So Brian, what do you think of this weather we're having here today?
Perfect.
Perfect weather, right?
Perfect. 45
degrees, bright and sunny and clear. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, into this video. Catch you next time. West Texas, driving out I-10. Kind of not much to look at out here. It's a little desolate. There's a whole lot of nothing. I've got the rare opportunity to be in the passenger seat. I'm the co-pilot today. There's Brian over there, driving away, doing a great job. Getting us down the road about 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour is the speed limit, just for you out-of-staters. Yes, we get to drive 80 miles an hour legally in Texas. Going down the road. Alright, see you in the next video. On our way to Big Bend National Park. There's Brian over there doing all the driving. I'm doing the riding and the eating. Good job. And if we look out over here, we can see there's a whole lot of nothing way out here in far west Texas. So here we are. We're about an hour away from Fort Stockton. Fort Stockton's about 300 miles or so from San Antonio. And then from there we got about another 2-hour drive south into the park. So we're making good time. It's a beautiful day, bright, sunny, clear, about 59 degrees. It's going to be excellent camping weather, excellent hiking weather. See you next time. So we're stashing water here at the, what's it called?
The Homer Wilson Ranch.
Homer Wilson Ranch. So we got to follow this little trail down here about half a mile or so, put some water out for us, because that's where we're going to be hiking on Saturday. We'll be back around this way on Saturday. We're going to go to the other end of the park and start, but here's a panoramic view of some of what this park looks like. It's big. To say it's big is an understatement. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And so here's Brian over here writing our name on our water. Not necessarily for security purposes, but the park wants to know who's out on the trail, and they can judge that by the water that we're going to put down here in this bear box, they call it. Alright, on to the next one. So Brian and I couldn't wait. We were stashing some water. We hiked down to this interesting cabin down here. It's an old rock cabin. It's actually very clean. We walked inside. Pretty nice, but that would be a pretty nice backyard view right there. Super. And a little outbuilding over here. Not quite sure what that was ever used for. But here is, what's the name of this again?
Homer Wilson Ranch.
Homer Wilson's cabin. Homer's cabin here. Okay. Here's a look at the lodge that we stayed at. Chisholm Mountain Lodge. Modest, clean, but very serviceable. Perfect for your base camp for exploring the mountains. And here we have what they call Casa Grande. Not going to go up there today, but that's kind of a look at what this topography looks like around here. More views from the lodge area. Pretty amazing country. Looking west, I think. And of course there's the lodge down there. I'm standing at the restaurant. Interesting country. Pretty soon we'll be getting on the trail. Well, we've been out on the trail 15-20 minutes, just left base camp. This is kind of what the area looks like. There's a lot of vegetation. For being a desert, there's a lot of vegetation. Of course, we'll move into more of a desert area later on today. So there's Brian trailing ahead there, moving ahead. And some of the views. Very pretty. All right, more to come. Thanks for watching. Well, morning of day one, there's Brian on the trail walking up towards me here. And to give you a feel for the panoramic, majestic views of Big Bend National Park. It's pretty awesome. So this is the kind of territory we're hiking in today. Not too bad. Trail's pretty well established. And we're making good time. Alright, next stop, Emery Peak. Well, here we are. Lunchtime, day one. At the top of Emery Peak. Came all the way up. There's a solar panel. And looking out over here to the south, the trail. About 7,000. We got a little more to go over there. Brian's up there. The last little bit. Okay, here we are on the top of Emery Peak. There's a little bit of a peak behind me, but I'm not going to get up any higher. Let me show you what this looks like. Pretty amazing. Fresno Creek. About 4 o'clock on day 2. We're up here making some, replenishing our water supply. Brian is up on the hill, up there. He's running the water through his little filtration. We're trying to get back up to 100%. We're taking 1.5 gallons each with us. That's a lot of weight, 12 pounds, but it's what it takes out here. Water is the major constraint when you're at Big Bend. There's just not many places where you can get water. And so everywhere you do, you got to top off because you never know how long it's going to be till you get to the next one. So this is Fresno Creek, 4:30 p.m. day 2. We're going to hike about another hour and make camp. Extra little critter right here. Nice big fat tarantula. Good perspective. There's my shoe he's headed towards. Oh yeah. All the fun things you see here. Well, there's a second breakfast out on the trip, cooking away. They're trying to bring some water to boil. We are having our breakfast in this wash, creek bed, because it's too windy to be up on the trail. Hey Brian, good morning over there. Sleep okay last night? Yeah. Well, no, not really, about as good as you can. So we're in this wash, 3rd day on the trail, and down here where the wind's out of the wind so that we can have a little breakfast. And we'll be going over that mountain right there today to get to the final leg back to the basin. Having fun. Thanks for watching. Day 3, working our way to Homer Wilson Ranch. We got about 4 hours to go. Brian's in front of me there. Beautiful, beautiful, majestic landscape. Weather's been perfect. Incredible views, incredible view. The camera doesn't do it justice. These are 100-mile views here. We're on the road here. So we'll be at Homer Ranch in about 3 or 4 hours. Then on to the next part. Thanks. Pictures of the lodge with the Jesus Mountain in the background. Very nice place to stay. Great accommodations, very comfortable, very clean, very serviceable. Anyway, day 3, we're back off the trail. I'll give you guys a look here at the lodge. Here's the general store. And we are now back to San Antonio, or on our way back to San Antonio. Brian coming up from the store. And more majestic mountains in the background. Just beautiful. Just beautiful, spectacular.